Hello, everyone. My name is Vita. I would like to welcome you back to episode 10 of the TangoLive podcast. I am joined by two guests here. I have the divisional leader of Counter-Strike Global Offensive, LolZ.
Hello.
And I have the divisional leader of esports, Shady.
Hello.
Sorry there hasn't been much of a podcast in the past 3 weeks. I've been sick. Christmas rolled around and New Year's became a thing. And I enjoyed all my holidays, of course, like Christmas and New Year's, like I said. And I hope you guys had a great New Year's and a wonderful Christmas, too. Hope you got everything you wanted. I got a new keyboard. With that being said, there is a lot to talk about. We have missed a lot. The Tango Christmas stream went awesome. Big thanks to everybody who came and participated in it, who donated, everything else like that. It became a very successful thing. We did charity, and we also donated to one of the members of our community, which was awesome. So it was great to see. Can't wait to see what we do for Christmas this year because it's about 12 months away, so we have quite a while to wait. There wasn't anything really for New Year's. I hope you guys had a wonderful New Year's. Hopefully, to the people who can drink, you actually remembered your New Year's, unlike most of my family members who probably can't remember what happened in the past 6 hours on after New Year's. So, no big deal, but we all had fun. With that, there's a lot of events that had happened. I would like to start out saying that I'm looking for a new host and a new editor. I actually have LolZ and Popiro both helping me with either editing the videos. Actually, LolZ has taught me kind of how to edit videos, so I'm still kind of getting the hang of it because without Ro, I'm kind of just blind through the whole thing. So big thanks to LolZ for helping me with this. Means a lot to actually help me with this because I haven't really had a podcast. We actually had one for Christmas Eve, and LolZ was a part of it. LolZ even had an elf hat on, and I really wish I could have uploaded that. That'd have been great. Yeah, Shady, you missed out on that, dude. LolZ had
I guess I did.
Elf hat on, and SK had Grinch hands, and Rangy just put her alpaca up on there. So it was an interesting thing.
It sounds pretty good.
So I never really give anybody much to talk about, so I thought, you know what, let's put our guests in the spotlight. Hey, Shady, why don't you talk about your esports guides a little bit, buddy pal?
All right, so on the forums, if you go down to the official subgroups, there is a spot for esports guides and resources. This is mostly right now for CSGO, helping you improve. Right now, it consists of mostly smokes and wallbangs. But soon there will be videos covering strats, different angles you can aim at, pre-fire spots, things such as that, flashbangs, molotovs, HEs. But due to busy schedule and then the holidays coming around, it was slightly delayed. But with my new parts that I just got installed on my PC, there will be more since I can hold more space on my computer now. And
now, is
yeah,
there a way
really helps.
Is there a way for anybody to, I guess, whenever you do the strats, I guess, you'll probably want help with some of the things regarding that, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
Positioning, everything.
If anybody wants to help, just contact me on Steam. Should be a link to my profile somewhere on the...
We'll put
a link somewhere on there.
We'll put a link on the actual forum post and probably for the description as well. So, but yeah, Shady, I watched some of the videos for the smokes of that. I don't play CS much anymore, but whenever I do, it's just interesting to see there's different ways you can go about it, especially with smoke grenades. There's some of the things you do on those videos that I would have never fucking guessed, to be honest with you. Especially the ones for like, oh god, I don't remember if it's a video that you did for Cash or if somebody else did a video for Cash. Did you do one for Cash yet?
I don't think there is a video.
There's a video that I watched for Cash. I remember there was one whenever you're going up, like if you're going towards a site, there's that ramp that goes towards Squeaky where you could throw this. I didn't think you could throw the smoke over that whole building to throw it towards. I guess I don't know where the fuck it lands. I guess it lands the truck. You look at the wall, and you look back, and you throw it over. I mean, it's pretty good smoke. Like I said, I don't play CS anymore, so to me, it's just interesting to watch and see that there's different ways you can fucking throw a smoke grenade.
Yeah, right now, the all of the smokes are images at the moment, but there will be videos soon.
Okay. That's like I said, I didn't know if there was videos or not, if it was just images. So
Once the videos come out, there will be more complicated smokes, such as like running throws, like running smokes, jumping and running smokes, just jumping smokes, things like that. I prefer
yeah,
not to do jumping smokes though, as on 128-tick servers they are not very consistent due
yeah.
to the skybox being a little different.
Actually, too, since you do esports now, with ESEA, they had a rank change, or they fixed the ranks or something like that,
Yes,
didn't they?
they took out you can no longer see your letter rank visibly. It is now all hidden elo, and you do not know when you will rank up. But they also added a new subcategory to rank S called rank G, where is like the gateway between A plus and rank S. When in rank G, you compete to be in the top percent of it, and you have a chance of being moved on to rank S. But if you underperform, you have a chance of going back to A plus.
Awesome. Yeah, I think ESEA is the one that has a subscription, right, where you have to pay for it.
Yeah, it is $6.95 a month, or you can get different promo packages that they have.
That's not bad. I think SK has a referral thing also you can use where you get like I think a free month if you subscribe or something like that. I
Everybody,
don't know.
everybody
Yeah.
gets a referral thing.
Oh, awesome. Okay. Um, yeah, because I want to talk about esports and that. I completely remember about people talking about ESEA, how you should get it now and everything else like that. It seems like a good time to get it too because ESEA seems like a pretty well, I mean, is ESEA worth getting for people who play competitive a bunch?
Um, I would say once you get to the part where you feel like you are good enough at the game to play at a higher level, ESE would be worth it since there are player of higher caliber there. But the problem is, ESEA is a pug system. You don't always get the most cooperative teammates, and you don't always get the nicest teammates. If you do small things wrong, you will get blamed a lot, and it's somewhat of a toxic community.
So basically, kind of like regular competitive matchmaking.
Basically, basically.
You get people who don't want to who want to be the
But
Rambo of the team.
if you are looking for more of a team environment, you can actually go to the esports section on the forums, not the esports resources and guides, and you can start your own team, or be a free agent and try to join another team.
Awesome. Yeah. Yeah. So anyone who wants to do that, I remember whenever I first was putting counsel to in that, I worked with Silver with esports, and he was just like, yeah, you're gonna keep track of the teams. And he's like, yeah, get in contact with LolZ. Okay, yeah, that's easy. Let's get in contact with LolZ. Let's let a random Tango member add LolZ on Steam and see how far it gets you. And it took a while. Actually, I got in contact with him. He's a pretty nice guy, but I talked to him for a little bit there, and just I was supposed to keep tabs on the team, and then Silver's like, I'll take over. Just worry about the other teams, and we had like 3 teams for CS:GO, and
Wow.
I had to keep tabs every so often and make sure the roster was the same. So it's been a big improvement with esports. It's great to see that it's again flourishing in a way, and there's actually guides for people who want to further improve their gameplay and everything else like that. So kudos to you, Shady, for doing an awesome job with smokes and everything else like that, and reviving the once former semi-dead esports community portion of Tango. So with that being said, there's a policy change. I'm guessing it's about the one with the racial remarks and everything else like that we talked about a couple months ago, LolZ. I thought that maybe since LolZ is divisionally a CSGO, and that's kind of where this mainly impacts him, that he could explain it a bit further, because I know a little bit of base understanding of it, but I feel as though LolZ would probably be able to explain it a bit further. So, LolZ, if you would like to take it away, man, explain this policy for people who seem to not understand, be more than happy
Right,
to
so
oblige.
basically the new policy change isn't really anything new. A little while ago, Balon made a post called "Let's Talk Toxicity," and it just was referring to players that said like "kill yourself, retard," things like that in the server. Excessively, they were targeting players, and it was just something that Tango didn't really want in their servers. That policy has been somewhat revoked. The new policy is you cannot use those things and say words like that excessively. So admins can still punish players for saying things even once if they feel that they are directed at a player in a meaningful or rather a hurtful way, or just that they don't really need to say things. But players can now say things like "kill yourself," things like "retard," and other words that were banned before. Basically, what we're now doing as admins on CS:GO is we're paying more attention in servers to players who do use these words a lot, just to make sure that when they are using them, they're not really trying to target anybody, or they're making sure that they're using them with their friends in a joking way, just so that we know that players aren't getting hurt and that we're still keeping a good, clean environment within our community.
Awesome. Yeah, it seems like that the new policy is definitely taking a little while to like set in for everybody, but it's, Tango was never meant to be like a strict community, everything else like that. We want it to be fun, we want it to be, a fun environment for everyone participating. But at the same time in that, there's of course people who want to uh, take that fun and put it for their own way. And of course be racist and everything else like that. So it's definitely something that has to be worked on and everything else like that. But it's a good step with it for the community.
And just to clear this up, racism is still not allowed on the servers and it never will be. So any form of racial slurs, racial prejudice, things like that are still not allowed. And players will still be banned, muted, kicked, whatever, depending on their offense for that.
Yeah. So for anyone who was questioning about it before, there's a good base level understanding of the new policy. Racism still ain't okay, so don't be racist, you goddamn racist. With that, moving forward here and that, there's of course two big things. This is probably the biggest thing we have to talk about today, is Tango's year 3, which if y'all haven't seen on the forums or on TeamSpeak, or you just have been living under a rock, Tango got a new banner to celebrate their 3rd year anniversary, which is amazing to see, as the community has thrived for now 3 years. Of course, this is why it's the 3rd year anniversary. It's a big congratulations to Balin for making such an awesome community. Without it, I would have never met people like LolZ or Shady or Alex or Dream or any of the other people in that. I would never have been able to do these podcasts for you guys, whether or not they be the best thing on God's green earth or not. But so, thank you, Balin, for making this a wonderful community for us to be a part of. Without it, I would have never made the memories, the friendships, or anything else like that with any of these guys in the past 2 years that nearly 2 years I've been in Tango. It's been a big step. I remember back whenever TSDC came around, and I was given access to, or given the ability to do these podcasts, and that was probably the best time. I mean, the happiest day ever, because I loved doing these podcasts. I actually used to do esports. I used to do esports podcasts with Orange Balls. So it's amazing to see that the person, to fill the role of someone who was once in charge of me, and them telling me, in the past, they've told me that I've done a great job. So it's nice to be able to do these, and also awesome to have people come on and actually show interests, like LolZ and Lulu, Rangi, SK, and all the other people. And if I've recorded a podcast with you got anybody in the past that we haven't actually uploaded, I'm sorry. It's either something on my end or it's something on Rose's end. Whenever we actually do the podcast and everything else like that, something may happen. If you do want to do the podcast still, like TST, Teal, Ferndeezy, any of you guys, just come to me. It'd be awesome to have you guys on, because whenever we did record the podcast, it was actually a lot of fun. There isn't really much else to talk about the year 3 thing. If you've been here for 3 years, you'll get the year 3 badge whenever your 3rd year anniversary rolls around, which I don't think there's many people who have that. There's also the Tango Homecoming. This is the 2nd time we've done this. If you've left Tango, anybody who watches these podcasts, you're a registered member, which I'd be honestly surprised if this gets past the members of TangoWorldWide. But if you are a past member of Tango and you want to come back to Tango, well, this is your chance. Homecoming basically states that if you left, I think it's between between all of last year, you get all last year from January to December, you are given the you're given the chance to reapply back to Tango and get reinstated back to the rank you were in. So if you left, if you registered on the 3rd of January or something like that, then you come back or something like that, then you get veteran members, that kind of thing. So whenever your account was registered and everything, you can come back too, which is awesome. So definitely Pardon me here for a moment. I have to. Still getting over being sick. I'm sorry. It's the first time I sniffled. So, hopefully, hope to see a bunch of people come back because, like I said, this community is awesome. So, anyone that's watching this and you're a registered member, come back because you can meet some super charismatic people like me and the other two people because I have no clue what they're doing right now on their webcams. They could be dancing for all I know. Or Shady could be with his Slipknot hoodie on right now. You probably still have it on, don't you, Shady?
Yes.
Yeah, I figured. With that, that's the. I mean, I guess it can be a big thing because it was what made most of the servers populated. If you haven't seen, weapon skin and knives are back on Tango. On actually, I think it's 1v1 surf. Is it on minigames?
It is. It is indeed on minigames at the moment.
It's on. Yeah. So and I think it's in beta right now. As of right now, they're kind of just going through the servers and everything. They're going to, I guess, slowly, progressively go through servers. As a side note, too, there's additional information here that I haven't seen. I just now read it, too. The servers will be banned when detected, so the server will go down for 5 minutes or less because it'll regenerate it. It's going to purchase and regenerate a new token for the server. But weapon skins and knife were probably the biggest thing whenever it came to Tango. There's other things, of course, but this is one of the biggest where you can actually change your you can change the weapon skin of any of the guns you want from any skin within the entire skin database that they have on the game. So if you want to have an Op Medusa to hold in your own very own hands, well, congratulations, boys and girls, because now you can own an Op Medusa for the playtime that you're on a server for, because once you leave, it doesn't stay. Sorry.
I do believe they're actually stored on an SQL database.
No. I'm saying like.
I'm
saying,
he's saying like you won't actually own them in your inventory.
You won't actually own them. Yeah, like if you go in a competitive game, you're like, oh, where's my op? I had a Medusa for like 45 minutes.
Be right back. Buying a dragon lure.
Yeah, I'm gonna go. I'll be right back. I got my paycheck comes tomorrow. I'm gonna go buy myself an op dragon lure.
My knife went up in price, halfway to a dragon lure.
Oh, did it really?
Yeah.
Nice.
Like $10, $20.
We'll talk about the rest of the events here in a few minutes and that. Did you guys do anything fun for New Year's? I think LolZ was with us whenever we had New Year's and that. But
I was with you, Vita.
Yeah.
I think LolZ wasn't. We were just playing Tabletop Simulator, remember?
Oh, that's right, we were playing Tabletop Simulator, yeah. It was pretty fun New Year's, though. Got to spend it with friends and everything else like that. So, like I said, I hope everyone had a fun New Year's. I was supposed to ask at the beginning, and I had it written down to talk about other things aside from Tango stuff, and I just looked over at the little sticky note thing. It was like, talk about less Tango stuff. And it's like, oh, yeah, I probably should do that. But we'll do it another time. It's okay, because we're reaching 20 minutes now.
Yeah, I spend the majority of my New Year's talking to SK. Very, very drunk SK.
Oh, yeah, he was drunk. I forgot about
you guys
that.
saw the post that he put on the forums about me?
He got 4 more than 2.
Did he?
Yeah.
So, real quick rundown for some of these things and that events that are happening currently in Tango. There's a Pokemon Showdown event. If you never played Pokemon Showdown, you create a team. It's on a web browser thing. You make all the movesets and everything else like that. You battle other people. I don't know how the rule set is. It's hosted by Sydney. It's on January 10th at, I think it's like 6 p.m.
8 p.m. EST.
8 p.m.
EST.
Awesome.
Yeah.
I don't think there's a rule set for anything else like that. If it is, it's probably just UU, which is the standard, which just means I don't think there's any ultras or anything else like that, so you can't do mega evolutions or anything else. I think you have 1 mega evolution in that. Next thing is H1Z1 doubles event. Way it works is that there's going to be a bunch of teams. I think it's like 4 or 5 teams of 2. You guys are going to compete to see who can last the longest, and the person who dies last will take a screenshot saying what position you guys got placed in. That's the 13th at 9 p.m. It looks like most of the slots have been filled in that, but I'm pretty sure if Cindy wanted to, it can add more. And if prize is needed, people will probably be able to supply some prizes because I have a few games I can give away also. There's the Pixelmon Capture Contest. That is hosted on the Pixelmon server. It's being hosted by, of course, Frost Effects, who is the divisional lead of Minecraft. The capture contest involves you capturing a certain Pokemon with a certain ball.
And a certain nature,
a
with a
certain
certain
nature,
size, with a certain
size,
level,
with
and a
certain
certain.
level, and the biome they're found in. First 5 people to submit accurate screenshots will win a shiny competitive version of the Pokemon, 10 rare candy, 1 random shiny, and $10,000 in Pokecoins. The competitive version of the Pokemon stats will be on the forum post. All the events that we talk about will be in either the description or, of course, they'll be. Actually, I'm probably going to put them just in the forum post because we put all the sponsors and everything else they get, and I don't think anyone really ever checks the description for the most part. So the next thing, it's not the last thing, there's actually one more thing after this, is the Overwatch 12-man event, and that's tomorrow. That's the 8th. It's being hosted by Urbana. There's not that many slots filled. If you have Overwatch, go play. It's always a lot of fun to play these 12-mans. I wish I could play it, but I have work tomorrow. They're always a lot of fun to play because you can. There's always people you're going to play against who may be a higher or lower competitive skill rating, so you may learn something or you may teach something to somebody about some things. It is at 8 p.m. EST. There is only 5 slots filled. There's 3 backup slots filled. So you have about 6 slots. Oh, because Urbana. Okay, there's 11 slots. Urbana's counting himself. So.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. There's 11 slots. 6 are left. 5 have been filled. Definitely a lot of fun. If you own Overwatch and you got time, go play. Because they play a couple games. You don't have to stick around forever because they can always probably find a replacement. So don't worry about it. Just go, have some fun. Maybe dunk on some people. Maybe bot people off the map as Lucio or hook people with Roadhog.
Look, I always try to play the same character in Overwatch.
It never works out that way. You play, you go in competitive. You want to play Reaper, and everyone else attacked her like Reaper Switch. Like, why?
You're just like, huh?
Yeah. Why do I?
But I must be the edgelord that I was always meant to be.
The Genji getting 0 kills isn't doing anything, but he's still doing damage.
He's
okay.
He's a pro Genji.
I'm gunning everyone down. The last thing is. The last thing we have to talk about, going off on a wonderful whim, is the Cards Against Humanity event being hosted by Sydney. Actually, 3 of these events are being hosted by Sydney, so kudos to Sydney for making all these events. That's tomorrow night at 5 p.m. The slots have been filled, but they normally don't really. I don't think you can have any more slots, but normally people don't show up, so I would definitely keep an eye out because it's actually a lot of fun.
They also sometimes maybe after the official event, they might keep playing as a non-official thing. If you guys do end up going there, they might still be playing, and if you want to jump in, they'll probably let you.
Yeah.
If somebody leaves,
so they'll definitely keep it going too. It's actually hosted by Cindy and his project. If you do go, there's mature jokes. So if that's not your forte, don't attend it because there's Tango credits for each person who wins a game, which is after you get so many cards, some of your cards voted kind of thing. So definitely, if you're not mature jokes ain't your kind of like cup of tea, don't actually do it then. There isn't really much else on the agenda to talk about. I wanted to kind of keep stuff off Tango related, but of course, like I said, I completely forgot about it and was talking away about the whole year 3 thing, and we're catching back up again. Thank you guys for whoever does watch this. I try my hardest to get these podcasts down, but like I said, Christmas rolled around, New Year's, and of course I got sick. So I had 3 weeks where I did nothing because I was sick, and it's just me right now. But with that, thank you guys so much for tuning into these podcasts. You'll definitely see one here in 2 weeks, I promise, or maybe even next week, depending on how much stuff's being talked about and any events going on. But with that, I hope you guys have a wonderful day, morning, evening, night, whatever it may be for you guys. I want to thank LolZ and LolZ and Shady. I talk to LolZ and Lulu, so it's easy for me to immediately, right after saying LolZ, say Lulu. LolZ and Shady, thank you guys so much for coming onto the podcast and being here, especially at short notice because I wanted to get this out so we didn't have another week of just absence. So thank you guys so much for coming on. Once again, divisional leader of CSGO, LolZ, and of course the divisional lead of esports, Shady. With that, hope you guys have a wonderful day and see you guys in 2 weeks.
bye. Bye-bye.
This episode of the TangoLive podcast was brought to you in part by EO Reality, Trap Nation, and Tango servers.